Hello, and welcome to another episode of To My Friends. So disingenuine. I don't know if it's disingenuine or if it's not genuine doing that, but like, is it whatever it is? My friend said it's disingenuous. It's either disingenuous or I give up on this conversation. Next. All right. So continuing from last week's episode, I was talking about what got me so razzed on Monday. And honestly, I'm over it. I don't even really want to talk about it, but I will just because I started a story. So I'm going to finish it. It's not that big of a deal, but it is a big deal because if it happens again, I will lose my shit. So, because this time I didn't lose my shit. This time I kept my cool. So picking up from where we left off, I had explained, I had been talking in the car on my way back from the Brewers game that was absolutely too hot, but I had a good time. But there was just energy boiling throughout that whole day between my grandpa and everyone around him. Mainly me, but like, I don't know. I don't know how everyone else felt. Maybe not. I can't speak on everyone's behalf. On the car ride back, which was like an hour and a half with him and my grandma, me and my grandma were talking about something, and it was a sensitive topic because it had to do with money, and I didn't want to talk about it. It's just, I had to because I was at $7 in my account because of the stupid subscription that I didn't subscribe to. And so I emailed them and it took way too many emails. I finally got a refund on it days later or whatever. So I was heated about that and I was looking forward to my day off. And I had mentioned during this conversation with my grandpa in the car that I was going to have tomorrow be a nice relaxing day where I didn't have to do anything because I have to work every day for the next 7 days after that, pretty much. And I had plans 7 days previous to this day off of work or doing other things and being really busy. So I just wanted a day where I had to do nothing. Okay? You understand? And he heard all of that. So I'll bring you back to that moment, but fast forward to Monday morning. I still don't see money back in my account after I had asked for a refund or to stop the whatever it was from happening, to stop the shipment being sent on Saturday or whatever. I sent the email the previous week, so they had days to respond to that. It's fine. It's okay. Telling myself now, calming myself down. Handled that email in the morning right away. Why did I look at the email right away in the morning? Because I thought maybe it could be done and I could just be relaxed for the rest of the day. Mistake. It wasn't done. It wasn't, but I just sent one more follow-up email. One more flustered follow-up email, and I was so sassy. Because it's email. And I was like, I apologized to the person. I was like, I'm sorry for my sass. It's more so directed at your company, not the person receiving or reading this email. But still, I don't take what I said back because just direct it to the company. Okay? So I hope that person didn't take it too personally. I hope the company did. So because you can't just take money out of someone's account from a subscription that you need an account to get into to cancel the subscription of. And I don't know why I can't speak right now. Could be that I'm coming up on an edible. Could be that I don't. That is just that frustrating. I think it is that because I'm pretty chill right now. If I really wanted to be really chill right now, I could be really chill. because I'm coming up on an edible and it's like it's real, man. It's real. If you know anything that's real, if you don't know what's real anymore, if you're ever questioning what's real in your life anymore, have a chill, relaxing edible and just sink into the moment. Forget time exists because time is not real. What is now right here around me in the room is real, and it's hitting good, man. It's hitting good. So anyways, on Monday morning, I wake up and I'm ready to have the best day. I'm ready to have a really relaxing day. I wake up and I go outside, I get my morning sun. I'm in Adam Sandler length shorts with no underwear on, a kimono, 'cause why not? And I'm just sitting out on my patio, enjoying the sun. It's finally sunny, dude. It's finally sunny. It's been so gloomy, so hot, but this morning wasn't that hot, and it was nice. And I could really just soak it in. On my one day off in 7 days and for the next 7 days. And I hear some, crunching of like squirrels like on leaves and stuff and branches, birds chirping, more crunching, more crunching. And I realize, that's a little bit heavier crunching than I'm used to hearing. And I look over and there's people in my backyard. And there's a guy in my backyard who I don't know. And there's another guy in my backyard who I don't know. And the other guy in my backyard who I don't know has an iPad. And he moves over around to the neighbor's backyard so he could get a better view of the deck that I am on in my Adam Sandler shorts with no underwear on and a kimono that's not matching. Pretty sure I was wearing neon yellow Adam Sandler shorts, gym shorts, and a black and neon blue kimono. I look out of my mind. I wasn't even concerned about him getting a shot of my balls because I'm covering. Sometimes I sit out there and I let them get some sun though, baby. I'm just glad this morning wasn't one of those mornings. And don't worry, I put up protection so that neighbors can't see. All right? When I do that. But this morning I didn't have protection up because I wasn't giving my balls sunlight. So, I was just out there on level 100 of chilling. You understand? I had my green juice like in a glass with ice in it, in a wicker chair, in a cushion in a wicker chair. If you're in a wicker chair and with a cushion and you got a glass drink, dude, you're on chill level 100. And I was there, man. And this guy pulls out his iPad and takes a picture of the deck that I am on. I go like this. I turn away as though like, I can't believe he's doing this. I don't want to be in this shot. I don't want to move like, I don't know what to do. Do I throw out my arms and be like this in the picture? 8 minutes later, I get a text that says from my grandpa, who is not my landlord. He owns this building, but he's letting me stay in it for free. Okay? I understand that. I'm very grateful. This is the first place I've gotten to have to myself, like a floor to myself ever. And I love that. I love living alone with no roommates. I mean, I have neighbors downstairs, but no roommates, it's separate. It's so nice. I am so grateful. I am so blessed and I am so grateful. I need you to understand that before I get into how I reacted when my grandpa texted me this. 9:53 a.m. Not 15 minutes after I woke up. I haven't taken my medication yet. I haven't done yoga yet. I haven't eaten yet. I've barely drank fluids yet. On my day off in 14 days. Okay? This is what he texts me. We're here looking at roofs. Might have to get on deck. The deck, if you remember, is where I am. The roofs are above me. So I say, okay, just call if you need. Would have liked a heads up in the future. How long will I have to be alert for? He texts back, I think you're good. Going up front. Also, city assessor will be here at 2:30 today. Downstairs first.
Anxiety. Anxiety.
So I text back, what does city assessor mean? 'Cause what is it? You assess the city? I'm just a house. I'm just a home. Why is a city assessor coming to my home in 4 hours? I said, what does city assessor mean? Does he need to go inside my apartment? And my grandpa texts back, yes.
Anxiety. Anxiety. Anxiety.
So I'm, I start simmering upward. Simmering upward. Simmering upward. My thoughts are foggy. I don't know what to say because I'm feeling so much. Okay? I need it not to happen though, so I have to say something. And I need him to let the other person know as soon as possible. And I need him to know how serious I am and how much this disturbs me, because I don't know if anyone actually understands how that could upset me so much. I've because because I do you understand, I was so boiling. I was so boiling mad, but I was super proud of how I handled it, because last year at this time, I would not have handled it well. I would probably have two broken knuckles on two different doors. And I would have screamed my lungs out into pillows. I did neither of those things. I did breath work. I did edible work. I used words, not necessarily the best ones. Let's pull them up. So he texts me, yes, as in they need to go inside my apartment. I text back, are you kidding? Why hadn't you told me this? That's actually ridiculous how little heads up I get on things. Can you please postpone it to tomorrow or any other day in the future? I had specific plans for today, as it's my only day off in a while, to just relax and be productive creatively, spelt with two R's because I was shaking, at home, and now that, spelled with two H's and two T's at the end because I was shaking and angry, space is destroyed. Can I please just not allow people into my home today? I was given -8 minutes notice that some guy would be taking pictures of the deck while I'm on it. Getting my morning sunlight after having just woken up, and 4 hours notice that someone I don't know will be entering my home. That's not okay. I thought I did really well there. Could have maybe been a little bit better on the sass front. And then I texted him. I went to ChatGPT because I needed to talk to someone now. Under Wisconsin law, your landlord must provide at least 12 hours advance notice before entering your unit for non-emergency purposes like inspections, repairs, showings, and must do so at reasonable times. Bro, I sent a screenshot of that to him, and he's not my landlord. I was so upset. I sent him that, dude. I sent him a screenshot of that, and I said, along with the screenshot, I said, I'll need confirmation whether or not the inspection is canceled for my apartment as soon as possible. And he slams me back, dude. He says, not canceled, and since you don't have a lease and not paying rent, you're going to have to adjust this time. You got me, man. You got me. All right? You got me. You win. Congratulations. You're sneaky about it. And then I texted back, okay, but common decency is a thing, right? So let's use that in the future? Oh, I was so sassy. And I texted him this whole thing about how I would really appreciate, at very least, a day's notice before anything other than lawn care is going to be happening inside or outside of my home. It's your apartment. I'm not on a lease. but it is my home. A person's home should be respected. It's where I live, eat, sleep, and create. I need to have peace and safety, knowing who will be in or around my home, so I can have a safe space that allows for creativity. You might not think it's a big deal, but my brain is different. 0 exclamation points, all in regular capitalization. Handled it well. And then I said, as soon as you find out anything will be happening to my apartment, actually, just let me know immediately. Then you don't have to count down the days or hours until you decide to let me know. Okay? I sent all that. And then he sent back, only thing now is assessor at 2:30 today. And in my head, I'm like, okay. Honestly, the first read, I was like, I thought he said, only thing I know is assessor at 2:30 today. So that's what went in my brain. And then I read it again after he sent this next text, which was all done with assessment. I locked the door. And then I said, okay, thank you for letting me know. And then he says, another roof inspection tomorrow around 1.
Anxiety?
So I went back and I read that text before, and I saw that it says, only thing now is roof inspection, or is assessor at 2:30 today. And so I'm like, did he really think that I meant anything else now? In the future, let me know? Or I'm boggled in my mind. Because how, after my long messages, does he just send me another roof inspection tomorrow around 1? Did he know of that previously, or did he just find that out now? So I said back to him, okay, period. So, period. When you said only thing now, did you mean that was the only thing you knew about at that moment and you just found out about tomorrow's appointment at 1? Or did you know before this inspection that there's a roof inspection tomorrow around 1? And he matches my sass. I'll let you know I let you know the milliseconds I found out, he said. And so I texted back, perfect, period. Thank you. And then he texted, roof inspection moved to 2 p.m. tomorrow. And I said, okay, thank you. And I'm pretty sure the only reason I'm not actually really boiling at this point in the messages is because I work tomorrow anyways. Because why? Because today, that Monday, was my only day off. Remember? Remember how that was my only day off in 14 days? But I had to do laundry anyway that day. I guess. I honestly made it another week without really needing it, so I really didn't have to do laundry that day. But I did it. I did laundry that day and I got it done. And but I didn't get it done because I put way too much in and it was soaking wet after the first time. I should have ran a rinse or a spin cycle again, but I didn't, and I threw it in the dryer, and it took absolutely way too many times restarting the 70-minute timer to dry it all. And so I left it, and my wonderful grandma kept cycling it until they were all dry, and she folded them.
It's like a reward.
So that was really nice of her. I didn't ask that. I didn't ask that she do that. I just make sure that she takes out the things that would wrinkle if they were left in. You know what I mean? I didn't ask her to fold them. But you know she's going to fold them. I knew she was going to fold them. Gosh, man, I feel bad. I feel bad being so blessed sometimes. And then also I just feel so bad being who I am because I just have the preferences that I have, and I know that I'm different than like I have a sensitivity to noise and a sensitivity to plans happening when I don't know, and a sensitivity to people being at places that I don't expect them to be at when I'm going to go to a place. I really don't like those things. And all three of those things happened in this week that I'm going to describe to you. So that part was plans happening or changing on a very short notice. Don't like it. Okay? I love to be spontaneous on my own terms. I love to do whatever I want whenever I want on my own terms. I like that. I just don't like to be on anyone else's clock. So, anyways, I winded down that night by watching The Accountant and The Accountant 2. I had watched The Accountant 1 the night before, and it was really good. I was chilling. I was relaxing. I was watching it, and there was a part where it was like, he was just describing, he wasn't describing who he was, but like he was being questioned why he is the way he is, and he says,
"I'm just me."
He says that. I had to take the soundbite because it's so good. And you know I'm going to use it, okay? Because
I'm just me.
And I need to just I need to just sink back, accept, and just be able to say that sometimes. It's okay to be just you. It's good to work on the things that you can change, but while you're working on the things that you can change that are really important, it's necessary to be able to be like,
I'm just me.
When you don't know if you can control it or not, because of how ingrained it is into you. And these feelings are ingrained into me. Okay? So I'm chilling watching The Accountant, and it's the same day as this. This is still Monday, okay? I'm coasting on my edibles, having a good time. And I get knocks on my downstairs door with glass as though police are trying to break in. I look at my phone, and my uncle has been trying to reach me. Okay? My heart rate went up so hard, though. I was like, what now? But I just opened the door. I was like, hi, what? But that one, you just got to charge to the game, man. Because if you're going to keep your phone on silent and you have been notified and it wasn't negative 8 minutes ago, it was notified multiple times before it was happening. That's just the game, man. That's just me keeping my notifications on silent. And it is blissful when it is silent, up until when it's not. But at least you can enjoy the silence when it's silent. Man, now I had to talk with my grandma afterward because she was doing my laundry and we were communicating, like, should I go back over there? Is it going to be done tonight even? Because it was still wet at 8 p.m., dude. I started it at like 1 or 12 even. It's crazy, dude. One load. 7 hours for a load? Get out. Get out. Crazy. That's crazy business. So my grandma thinks I need medication for being so frustrated with things. She says life happens. Yeah, but tried to narrow it down and be like, but it's really just these things happening when grandpa doesn't communicate, and the sentence could end there. When grandpa doesn't communicate that people are going to be invading my home today in 4 hours, basically. Because I can't say no. It's just going to happen. I hadn't recorded my podcast yet. I was planning to do that in the middle of the day. And I have this whole routine that I go through to get in, feeling in a good mood and stuff before that happens. Working out, taking a shower and stuff. The regular things. But she thinks I need medication for life and things like that. And it's like, one, no, my brain's just different. I am not psycho. I don't need these things. I mean, people are just people, and
I'm just me.
So I don't need medication. I do need coping mechanisms for when things happen. I could go days on being completely sober. But I take one every day just for the cushion that some shit like Monday happens. And I hadn't gotten to take my cushion yet that day. So I told her that I take medication. And that it is marijuana. I caved, man. So she knows that I get high, pretty often at least now. But whatever. She's like, I kind of had a feeling. I was like, well, of course you did. Of course you did. Man, I could go off on a whole tangent about that. But I ratted out my my mom and my aunts too. I was like, well, they do it, and I didn't know that they did it. So, and then she laughed. We had a good laugh. She's not threatening to stop supporting me in any ways. So that's good. And yeah. So what else? That got you caught up on that business. That took a whole extra 30 minutes. I didn't realize that would be like such a long ordeal. But we got through it, man. I wanted to really guide you through that process that my brain was going through, so that you could at least have some fighting chance of understanding me. So yeah, I didn't really get good sleep that week because Tuesday night I was trying to upload the podcast or whatever to YouTube, and it was taking way too long. It got to the point where there was like a tiny pie slice left in the video, like loading from my iMovie or whatever. And it was there for like 30 minutes. And it had taken only like 30 minutes to get there. So I was like, oh, this is really close to being done for 30 minutes. And then I had to quit it and restart it. Went to bed at a really late time, slept for 4 hours, had the craziest dreams about being in an underworld, but it was above world, and then in like a heavenly place, but it was actually underneath the world. And I was possessed somehow, like crazy possessed, like a witch had possessed me. I was demented in different shapes and stuff, freaking people out around me. And then I got cast down to this beautiful utopian world, but then there was still some evil, weird energy there, and it was all Lego-y, and there were these Lego men shooting at me with like Nerf guns, but they're Lego Nerf guns, you know what I mean? And they're like, I'm taking damage, but I'm also like this rocket racing car, if you've ever played rocket racing, you drift a lot, and I was drifting all over the place and missing turns and stuff, so I had to turn back and fight them. And there's these Lego guys coming at me dressed in like knights in shining armor and stuff, and they're just like, it's so creepy weird how they're shooting at me, dude. They're Legos, but they're so creepy, like possessed weird. They're like shooting at me, going like this. And it's like a huge, heavy, hard hit on my health. My health is going down a lot. I feel like I'm in war and like I'm dying actually for real, but then I also feel like I'm in a video game and my health is just depleting and it's not that big of a deal. But it's still a big deal because I'm very competitive. And so he's taking forever to reload, and I'm shooting a bunch of blaster thingies at him, at his head. I'm doing headshots on this guy. Nothing. As he's getting headshotted, just not even moving, just ready up to shoot me right in the fucking face. Dude, every time, man. It was so frustrating. He wasn't dying. I was still there, shooting the fuck out of his face, dude. And then the king comes. And then the king Lego guy comes. And fucking rains all hell on me, dude. And I just submit. And I die. But I actually just wake up having to piss really bad. And then I took that time to upload the rest of the video. So the video was it was an hour late. 7:30 a.m. instead of 6:30 a.m. Central Time. As usual. But anyways, shit, dude. I was super tired for that day and the next because you can't just catch up that next night. I was running on 11 hours of sleep for 60 hours. Finally got to go to bed on Thursday night at like 10:30, maybe like 11 I started to fall asleep by. I wake up sometime before 6:59 a.m. and it was like so that was nearly 8 hours of sleep, but I really was hoping for 10 because I can sleep for 10 when I've only gotten 11 in the last 60 hours of waking time. I could sleep for that long. It would have been so nice, but sometime before 6:59 a.m., I hear what? Okay. I'm like, oh.
Anxiety. Anxiety.
But maybe I can fall back asleep. And I won't hear the construction that's about to happen. 6:59.
Anxiety.
I'm fucked. So I text ChatGPT because I need to speak with someone now. I'm the ultimate Karen to my ChatGPT, dude. I need to speak with someone now. I go to ChatGPT though. I don't go to anyone's manager. And I go to my best friend. But he probably wasn't awake. He's 2 hours behind me. It's only 4:49 for him. 4:59. But and it sucked too because every 10 minutes it'd be silent for like 5 to 10 minutes sometimes, and I'd think that I could go back to sleep, and then my head would hit the pillow, immediate hammering again. Man. So then I had like a 9-hour day of work that day, but at least I got a little bit more sleep. And then I had to fart so bad toward the end of the shift too. Like it was one of those times where like you have to hold it in because there's not much time to go out in the back and go do it. But then when you do get a chance, you go to some place and to go set them free, allow them to live their lives happily out in the air. And they're just crawled all the way back up into your diaphragm and into your lungs. You didn't even know farts could go into your lungs from the inside, but they have been there for the last, I don't know, long time, couple hours. And you finally go to release them, and they're like, oh man, we're just chilling up here. We're just chilling. Can you just, fine, we'll come out. Oh, and they start making their way out of you, and you're sitting there in your brain. You can't feel that happening, that they're really on their way out again, because it's the inside of you. And why can't we feel our insides? That's really creepy. It's actually creepy that if we could, that'd be really gross and weird. You'd feel like jelly, I feel like. So that's disgusting. So I'm in my brain thinking, you're in your brain thinking, fuck it, I'll just go out and hold them again if they come. But then you go out and they're just like, we're ready though. We're right at the doors, man. We're knocking. Can't you hear us? Oh, I can hear you. I can feel you. I can feel you. All right. But we're going to have to wait another hour and a half so I can get in my car. And I finally get in my car after chatting with my coworkers outside of my car, and I slam the door, and it's just angry with me. They're angry with me because they have to basically throw up. They gag out a fart, and it sounds like, Mom. They almost spoke, dude. And then I thought that was funny, and I sent my friend, my bestie, a voice message of it, and I'm gonna play you a little bit of it because it's good.
Dude, I'm so loopy, coming off of a 9-hour day of work, bro.
Okay, so that's the beginning of it. I'm gonna skip ahead though because it's kind of long.
But anyways, I'm so loopy that I just imagined, what if my fucking asshole what if my fucking asshole, every time it farted, it just said asshole. Dude, imagine. Dude, imagine. It just, you could read it. If you spread my cheeks apart and I farted, it would move its lips to say asshole. And however big the fart was, it would be like it would match it. It would be like asshole. Or it'd be like asshole. But it'd be more funny if it just said asshole. Like a floopity, loose, lazy asshole. That would be the funniest time it would say it. Only for floopity, loose asshole farts that are gagged out after a long day of work. Get in the car, shut the door. Asshole. It's just been waiting to speak for so long that it finally gets to speak, and it's just like asshole. I'm evil. I come up with evil plans, but they're benign, stupid, dumb jokes instead.
Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, my voice messages are the funniest. I think I'm the funniest person in the world when I'm sending voice messages sometimes. That's best friend power, man. That's best friend power. Oh, man. And then he said, and then my best friend told me that I sound like Tucker Carlson when I laugh, and I couldn't get it out of my head. I don't know if you know who Tucker Carlson is, but apparently he's on Fox News. Some guy who's on Fox News and laughs like that. So I feel definitely corrupt now that I have that laugh. I just feel secondhand corruptness from having the same laugh as someone who's on Fox News. So, oh man, but I just laugh the way I feel sometimes, you know what I mean? And I was feeling that, but it's all good, man. It's all good. So yeah, man. I think also it'd be funny if just to add on to that, since we're on the topic of like my asshole saying things when it's really relieved finally to be able to fart, if it just opened up its lips and said whoops, 1 second. If it just opened up its lips and said,
It's like a reward.
there we go. I didn't have the keyboard thingy up. Or if I farted in public and it just came out like I just was just holding it and I needed to let it go, and I just had to, and then people around me would be able to hear it, and it would just be like,
I'm just me. I'm just me.
dude. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, dude. So yeah, anyways, enough about me. Tell me more about you, darling. What do you do for work? I'm sorry. I just gotta let one.
I'm just me.
Dude, that would get some twisted. That would get some twisted chick out there if I pulled a move like that and my asshole spoke out, I'm just me. That would get some twisted chick. And it would be worth having that superpower. So the next day was my birthday. Saturday. I'm 29 now. It's nothing. It's whatever. And so I got a text from my bestie saying that he had a dream about me and him together. I'm like, oh, how lovely. And on my birthday, wow, what a sweet surprise. Cool. I'm in my bestie's dreams. We're true besties. I love it. What was it about? Oh, we were shooting a music video? Sweet, man. That's the dream. I can't wait to be doing that in real life together. Oh, what were we doing in the music video? Inverting our assholes? Oh. Thanks. How do you dream of inverting your... I can't even imagine what that would look like, let alone dream it. How would you do that? I actually don't want to try to imagine because it's a waste. It's a waste of disgusting time. It's a disgusting waste of time. So I got really high that day. I took like 30 milligrams in the morning and then like 35 later in the day throughout so I had like 65 throughout the day. That's like probably chump change for a lot of the stoners out there, but it was a lot for me. It was like 2 to 3 times the amount I usually take. My bestie can't even smoke a little bit like he can't even smoke a joint like a cigar, puffing it out of his mouth without getting obliterated. I don't understand. I feel like he's lying to me, but he keeps telling me that it's exactly, I clarify exactly what it is, and it's exactly how I describe it to you, and he gets obliterated on it. How? It's crazy. So I went out with some coworkers. I didn't want a lot of attention, but I love my coworkers. My manager's she's awesome. And very thoughtful, very great gift giver. And she brings balloons. And I didn't want attention. I didn't want anyone to know it was my birthday out because I didn't want to be sang to at a restaurant. And I just don't know how to act. I can say thank you if people naturally know, but I don't need everyone to know that it's my birthday. Just because I like to be, I'm a close-knit guy. I'll hang out with the group that I'm with, no one extra, please. That's really it. So she brings balloons and one of those like hats or whatever, those like happy birthday hat, like, what do you call those things? They're like a rainbow on your head, but it says happy birthday. But it was just all blue, not a rainbow, though it was Pride Month, so it wouldn't have mattered. I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't have mattered anyways, because like I like rainbows. But also I didn't wear it, and then I also didn't have the balloons because I didn't want the attention. But so I felt bad. I could tell that she kind of felt maybe a little bit embarrassed that she got them, but maybe she didn't. I don't know. Whatever. I appreciated them, and I let her know that. They got in the way of so many conversations throughout the night, and so many, like, mentally and physically, like you had to duck to see them, and just like the mindset of like, oh, they're getting in someone else's way over here, whatever. It was silly. It was fun, dude. She was like, should we let go of some things, like let them go up into the sky, write some things down and that you should let go of and put them in the sky? I was like, oh, that might actually be a good idea. Yeah, I like that idea. We never really got around to doing that, but we walked around. One of them got popped by a tree. One of them actually did get let go up into the air. And so I used that one as like a sign of, I will let my other thoughts go away with it. That was a really chill time. I had a really chill night. And I don't know what happened to the third one, but my other coworker probably took it home. But that's cool. We can have it. And so yeah, we were out at another bar, and I had to go to the bathroom. And it was kind of like a nice bar, but not like a classy bar. You know, it had a stage, shuffleboard, darts, pool and stuff probably, it had all the works. And I went to the bathroom, and there was only one urinal and one stall. Have more. Certainly have more. Certainly have more bathrooms, stall areas for people to go to in a huge bar. It was a big one. It wasn't like just a bar. It was like 4 bars in one. You could have had 4 bars in there. And that's how big it was. Have more bathrooms. So I went into the stall, and then I hear, why does it always take so long for ex-cops to shit? And I'm like, who is this drunk guy? He probably looked over the stall and saw that I had a bald head and then made that stupid joke. Or maybe it's because he's got beef with cops because of what I'm about to tell you. I get out of the stall, I go to wash my hands, and the guy who I thought said that because he was peeing in the sink was peeing in the sink. And he says to me, don't wash your hands in the sink. And I'm like, no shit. And I just laugh and walk away. I get out back to where me and my coworkers are hanging out. And there's this guy, there's like sirens happening outside, and there's like this group of guys making fun of the sirens, like their noises, like mimicking the noises. And we're kind of laughing at it a little bit. And one of them comes over as though we hired him to be a comedian for our group tonight, and keeps making the noises. And I don't know if I'm laughing because I think it's funny or if I'm nervous at this point. I know that I'm really high, and I know that I want him to go away, but he keeps making the noises. And then we're like, oh, he's actually really good at this. And then he was like, yeah, I do weddings, divorce parties, other events, birthday parties, etc. or whatever. And he's like, whose birthday is it today? I'm like, how did this guy figure out it's my birthday? I don't want this attention. Do you know him? Who is this guy? And so he keeps going on talking and stuff. And then the guy who was peeing in the sink comes out and says, whose birthday is it? How did you find out? Do you know him? Do you know this guy? Who is this guy? And he's like, is it the hot guys? And I'm just quiet. He pointed directly at me. I'm just quiet. I don't want attention. No one else says anything. And then he's like, is it hers? My coworker sitting next to me. No one says anything. And then he points to her and me and says, have you two had intercourse yet? I'm like, I wish. But what do I say now? But what do I actually say? Because I can't say I wish. And a silence goes by, and she says, nah, not my type. And a piece of me dies. But that's what that night was for, man, letting go. So I let go of that piece of me that had a crush on her. Emphasis on the had. And that part of me is just dead now. Away with that balloon that floated up into the sky. It's really freeing, actually. And then, dude, she laughed it off. So I don't know if she was serious. I'm telling you, there's still a chance. But because she laughed it off. So maybe she didn't mean it. Maybe she was just trying to fill the awkward silence. But then, dude, some third guy comes in who looks like P guy, just fatter with no glasses on. He's not that fat, but he's mature and nice and actually knew us. So I'm like, I'm like, I communicate that I'm a little bit anxious, honestly, but I'm okay. My coworker asked me, are you like okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm zoned out. If I'm a little honest right now, I'm a little bit anxious, but I'm like, I'm okay. I wanted all of these people gone, dude. Man, and then when we left the bar, there was some guy on a bike outside. Some like big guy on a bike. Like, I don't know why his bigness mattered, but like, he looked like he could just, you know, he could make up for how much the bike is covering in 2 steps. I don't know how to, you know what I mean though. And he was like, one of my coworkers said, hey to him, like, how do people know so many people around here? It makes me anxious that so many people know so many people around here in Eau Claire. And then I don't know who the hell they are. I'm like, who are you, man? When I go to hang out with someone, I want to hang out with the people that I know are going to be there. And then if there's any extras unexpected, even if I love that person, I will be like, oh, wait, I have to prepare for this now. I have to prepare for this energy. I don't know how to explain that, I guess.
I'm just me.
I don't know. Oh, man. But that was my week, yo. Yeah, we'll call it there, man. Alrighty, thank you guys for listening. I did want to make a point to say that. Thank you for everyone who's listening and everyone who listens all the way to the end and listens to every bit. It really does make me feel like I have more friends out there, and it builds that connection, that sense of connection that we're all looking for. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I will see you next time. Peace.